Hi there, my name is Erin Rouge, and this is just a quick little video telling you more about what coaching is as you think about whether it could be right for you. So essentially, coaching is living your best, healthiest life and inviting other people to do the same. It's literally that simple, and that's why I love it. You don't have to have a certificate in personal training or be an expert in fitness. You don't have to be a social media guru, and you don't have to have a ton of time. If you have a heart for others, a willingness to learn new things, and about an hour a day, you can rock this, because that's all I had when I started. And for me, my journey began after I had my first child, Ella, and I was staring at a closet full of clothes that no longer fit. But on top of that, traditional gyms just weren't gonna work for me anymore. I didn't have childcare, we were moving across the country from California to New York City, and in the middle of all of that, we were going to be traveling between 2 countries and 4 states with a newborn while I was starting a new job. So literally, I needed a gym in my pocket. And I found that through a company called Beachbody. I'd heard about it from friends through the grapevine. They're the creators of programs like Insanity or P90X. Maybe you've heard of them. They've been around for decades and they've gotten tons of people results. So I said, fine, I'll give it a go. Y'all, I lost 20 pounds and got into the best shape of my life. I went from literally I couldn't jump an inch off the ground without peeing, postpartum, I couldn't do a push-up, to the best shape of my entire life. And so I just started sharing about that really naturally on social media, and that's when people started to approach me. And they would say, Erin, like, what are you doing? And would it work for me? I'm also a mom, I'm super busy, I don't have a lot of money. And I said, of course it can work for you. So that's how the community that I now lead got started. I was not a social media expert. I wasn't even on Instagram back then. I had an inactive account with about 121 followers who were mostly bots, because I created an account in college and never did anything with it. But in a year, I grew that to over 3,000 followers. And I now coach over 100 women across 6 countries, most of whom I've met on Instagram. Isn't that crazy, but awesome? I was literally this past winter sitting in a pub. My husband's British, so we had gone to visit family in London with one of the women I coach in the United Kingdom. And I was sitting there with her 2 kids and her husband saying, I would have never met you, Caroline, had it not been for, thank goodness for Instagram, thank goodness for this opportunity. And now she has worked out faithfully for the past year and a half with knee tumors, type 2 diabetes. She's reversed her diabetic, the numbers. No, she hasn't cured. There's no, I'm not claiming that, but she's seen so much progress as a result of being a part of this community of beautiful women who are doing life together. And Caroline's just one of the women who are in the community that I lead, which runs through a private app on your phone. And that's how coaches communicate with the people that we serve. We use a private app because it's convenient, and also privacy and security of knowing that you can walk into a virtual space. And it's almost like a cross between a fitness diary and a virtual locker room. And so the women that I coach, I will help them navigate this library of workouts. There's over 1,500 for them to choose from. What I love about that is it means I don't have to invent thousands of workouts for each person's particular goal or preference or injury or anything like that. I simply help them navigate the tools that are already out there by the experts. And then I get to focus on building community. So every day in that group, I'm posting something educational, inspirational, recipes, tips, tricks, things like that. They're logging their workouts, they're leaning in when it's hard, they're celebrating their successes, and I'm celebrating with them and I'm encouraging them. And that really is what coaching is in a nutshell. And the reason why I'm growing a team is because after doing this for so long, I'm just reaching my capacity where I can only serve faithfully about 8 to 10 new women a month. And that's why I need you, because there are so many more women in the world that I want to impact that I can't do it alone. There are people who they're going to relate to you better than they're going to relate to me. And we just need this. I don't know about you, but growing up, I didn't have a lot of role models who had figured fitness out. My own mother in particular is a big part of my story of why I do this. When I lost my dad when I was 15, my mom really struggled with grief and didn't figure out how to keep her body healthy and thriving in those years. She gained about 120 pounds and it led to double knee replacements and neck surgery and type 2 diabetes, and she eventually passed away from cardiac arrest. And in all of that, I just felt like I wanted a different future for myself, for my daughter, and for women in the world. And so that's my driving mission, is to help women figure fitness out, because it's so doable and it can be so cost effective, and it can literally change and save their lives. So I hope that this shares a little bit more about my story, my heart, my mission, and maybe it's a fit for you. Maybe that fits your heart and what the legacy that you want to leave in the world. So I'm here if you have any questions, and I cannot wait to chat with you further.